Hey everyone, and welcome to my story. So, my name is Wanner, as you probably already know at this point. I'm 25 years old and I've been doing YouTube automation for the last 7 years, and I've been doing YouTube for the last 19 years. Because you might know my story, you might not know my story, but I started with stacking books on top of each other and then putting a camera right there in order to record my own screen. Because to record your own screen, like a screen capture, didn't exist when I started out 19 years ago. Imagine how much YouTube has changed over that time. It's a lot. You used to even be able to change the background of the whole screen on YouTube. However, in this video, I want to tell you about my high points and about my low points, and also a little bit of the amounts of money that I've made to hopefully motivate you, also give you some inspiration. So let's get started. 2006 until 2013, I have made a total of $0. Nada, nothing. How come? Well, very simple. YouTube monetization didn't exist back then. The only way to monetize your channel before that time, in 2012, was by pretty much promoting music videos. And that was like 2011, 2012. That's where you have those random RuneScape music things where they're dancing on those videos. That's literally how it started. Eventually, YouTube came up with a AdSense, but then with multi-channel networks. A multi-channel network is simply a provider that is able to create YouTube channels, but also able to connect your YouTube channel and provide you with services in exchange for a percentage of the revenue. Back then, a 60-40 split was considered very good, and so the networks were making a lot of money. This is literally the only reason that people joined, is because you couldn't make money directly signing up with AdSense as you can today. So you might be wondering, hey Wanner, what is the purpose of an MCN? I'll tell you that in another video. It will probably be under the frequently asked questions, and I will tell you what I could recommend you and how it exactly works. But that's at least how I started. I was the number 4 sub network in the entire world called Dutch Network. And that existed because I had a lot of friends on Skype, and eventually I literally got it offered from Freedom Network. Like, hey listen, if you want, you can recruit people and you can make 20% on every single YouTube channel that connects to you. And they paid out through PayPal, just starting at like $1. So even if you had a lot of Skype friends, let's say 700, which is the amount that I had, and you would send it to all 700 and they would open it all, you had 700 views and you would make like 70 cents. So if you do that times 30 days with new videos, and that's not even considering all the views you get normally on YouTube, you could be making $30 a month. And that's pretty much how I started out. So in 2013, 2014, I was in the beginning making $30, then it went to $50, it went to $80, eventually it went to $300, where literally I had this job where I had to deliver papers to the people at their home. And yes, really people, I had a normal job as well. And I also had to remove, how do you say that in English? Like when you have like weed grows and you need to remove the weed from the ground. I think you have a specific name for it, but that's at least how I started. And very simple. I was making €2.18 per hour. Well, if you're from the West, that's not a lot of money. Maybe if you're watching this from Asia, it might be considered a lot of money to you. So yeah, that's pretty much how I started. And I was like, okay, I have to learn exactly how and what. With that money, I used to buy my headset. I used to buy my keyboard so I could make videos and edit a little bit. And eventually I got very lucky in 2014, 2015, because eventually I started uploading Minecraft Hunger Game videos and they started getting like 10,000 views per video. So now I was making a little bit more money, and I had this one guy that was uploading, and here I already will share with you the first niche is, I want to say Minecraft. It's Lego animations, like 2D motion. And this channel was making $3,000 a month, but I was getting 20% of the revenue share. So I was making $600 a month from one channel that I connected. And that combined with my own channel with like $300, $400 a month, I was making my first $1,000 month at the age of 14/15. Then that kept going and I kept growing and recruiting more people. I was able to recruit some Minecraft animation channels. I was able to start a few of those channels myself. And eventually I was earning $3,000 towards the end of 2015. This is how I first started off and was making this much money. So at a young age, I've been lucky enough to get into something very quickly, to try and become an expert at something very quickly. And that's how I managed to grow my YouTube business. And that's why I'm pretty happy that I'm at the position where I am right now. However, it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows, because I caught my first real issue. At the time, I was 14/15. I lied. I told the network I was 18 and that I could work for them. They discovered that and then they removed the tool from me. So now I was almost back down to earning zero. However, I had one really good thing. I managed to go ahead and contact one of the networks in the Netherlands and reset up the entire business and moving a lot of things over. Not everything, but most of the stuff. So eventually I found this trick in 2016 called the unlisted method. With the unlisted method, I managed to go ahead and buy YouTube views when my video was not public yet. And the moment I publicized my video, it literally meant that YouTube thought that I was getting 2,000 views in a single second. So everything which was in the title, the description, and in the tags would rank me number one. So I was doing top 25 Minecraft animations, funny Minecraft animation. And just that, Minecraft was ranking number one, Minecraft animations was ranking number one, funny Minecraft animations was ranking number one. Then you start to see, okay, that what he's talking about is pretty darn powerful, is it? And it was. That's how I managed to earn over $26,000 in a single month at the age of 16. Eventually, I was making so much money that I wanted to buy an Audi TT when I was 17. I did not have my driver license yet, not even had my first lesson yet, but yet I wanted to buy an Audi TT because I thought it looked cool. You know, Mom, you can drop me off and I can be like, yeah, that's my car now. So yeah, that eventually I didn't buy it, saved up some more money. I traveled to Australia, literally in business class at the age of 16, which was kind of crazy. I had a lovely journey there. They actually thought I was over 18 because I was dressed a little bit like I am right now and trying to look all nice for business class because I saw those videos on YouTube. And yeah, that's how I started. And they actually served me alcohol. And that was, what was it again? It was from the United Kingdom. What is it called? It's like it's not United Airlines because that's the US, but like British Airlines. British Airlines. Naughty, you served me alcohol when I wasn't 18, but who cares? It's fine. So I wanted to try things out and they gave me champagne and I had it. It was lovely. That's pretty much most of that journey. Then at the age of 18, we go into the second big downfall. I used to run a lot of compilation channels. My first play button is with Vine Cinema, which I actually gave away to a good friend of mine. With that play button, I was uploading kissing pranks and like twerking vines and that kind of stuff. Like a little bit 18 plus content. And it was making okay money, like $3,000 a month, but that channel pretty much got restricted monetization, more rules came into place, and eventually the channel got terminated. Then later on, very simply said, we had Game Cinema. Game Cinema is a channel where I was uploading those Minecraft animations, which actually still exists today, but it has dropped dead already a couple of years ago, and it has around 350,000 subscribers. So yeah, that's that one. Still had that play button as well. Then my third one is Sports Cinema. So yes, everything is called cinema. So those three channels were my main channels, and from one day to another day, gone. I still have the Game Cinema channel, but it dropped dead. No views, no nothing, completely dead. And I was like, holy shit, what am I gonna do now? Because now I'm back to earning zero. And back then, my relationship, she was in Kos, like at a Greek island, and she ended up cheating with me. So not only did I have the worst possible breakdown, feeling insecure about not earning money, and back then I was 18, so I was insecure anyways, and then experiencing that breakup really brought me to an all-time low. But if you want to know one thing about me, is that I'm a freak with work. I love work, I obsess with work, and I love what I do. So I found another way to make money by licensing content. And this is how I managed to get Oddly Satisfying Video, Satisfid, and a few other channels. All these satisfying videos has made me more than $1.2 million. Satisfit has made me more than $400,000. Satisfying Slime ASMR has made me more than $300,000. These channels have made me such a huge amount of money, which was just literally slime videos. So I was buying the rights of the Instagram pages and then uploading the content on YouTube and being able to monetize it. That's how I managed to grow up still sort of compilation channels, but now I was doing everything legit, but I had to buy all those pages. So that's what I did. I started with Wispy Slimes, which you can still find back. In the beginning, it's a few random pages, like random posts. I've made it like a repost page. But underneath that, you can find all my old slime videos, really old ones. And that's how I started really building up that empire again. But due to the breakup and due to me thinking I could make a lot of money in this way, I actually couldn't sleep. I had my longest working session ever, which was around 55 hours. I had no sleep literally until the plane left back home, and then in the plane I slept the entire time, and at home I slept for more than 20 hours straight because I was that tired of just working. However, I went from zero, because back then you could still connect to AdSense day one. You didn't need to get all the requirements you have today, and literally day one, $27. Day two, $122. Day three, $500. That's how fast it went for me. But I worked my ass off for that 55 hours straight, and I managed to blow it up, which is an absolutely crazy story. I haven't actually told this in public, so I'm very happy that I'm able to share that here with you. So you can see I had my highs, I had my lows, and still there's one more story that I want to tell you. Because with all of these things, I managed to build this up for the last 6 years by buying more content. We are technically speaking the second largest content owner in Asia, which is a huge accomplishment on its own. We own more than 300,000 individual videos that we license and monetize. However, YouTube has become a little bit of a bitch to me because they said like, hey, listen, Warner, how you doing it? We no longer like it. That started on the 16th of May, where most of my channels pretty much dropped that from one day to another. I found this very specific niche, which I'm doing a little bit, and we were doing between 300,000 and 500,000 in revenue every single month. That's how crazy it was. We were just blowing it up, and it dropped that. I literally got my Bali office for the purpose of exploiting this niche. So even the Bali office went from like around 70,000 US in profit only for 1 month when we scaled it all the way up to then back then making again nothing, literally nothing. Like we were breaking even on all the content that we had. That's how much impact it had on us. So that's also one tip for you. Never rely too much on one single niche. For sure, if you're expanding bigger and bigger and bigger, trying to operate on a larger scale. Of course, if you want to operate on a larger scale and you have the course and you want to later get the coaching, just hit me up in the messages and then we can upgrade you. Of course, that's against a fee. Hopefully that makes sense, but just wanted to let you know. So that's how we started. So went up, went down, went up, went down. However, without my lower lows, I've never been able to achieve my higher highs. Because I went from making about 150, 180,000 US in profit every single month back to losing 40,000 US every single month. Now we're making comfortably around 60 to 85,000 US every single month. And then now that's going up again. Hopefully soon enough, I'll be back at the 150, 200,000 US a month. Probably think it will happen hopefully before December. Let's see. But we have a lot of good things lined up. So I'm very excited. That's my entire story, mostly related to YouTube. Of course, I can go more in depth on my personal life, but this is a YouTube course overall. So yeah, I think I shared a lot of personal details. And one more thing I wanted to share, the real reason I got into YouTube is because I had an appendix removal, which went wrong. So I spent a lot of time in the hospital. And that's where I really started learning about YouTube automation and YouTube in general to consistently research. So the more you research, the more you learn, the more you study these videos, the better your results will be. Because we're trying to literally explain everything the perfect way possible to you to make sure all the information is condensed, but optimized for results. So hopefully you can achieve the best possible results. And if you achieve the best possible results, then please go ahead and share them in the community under community wins or results. And then I can share it on my social media. I would very much appreciate it. Or you can share it on Instagram or Twitter and just tag me. It's also very much appreciated. Thank you so much for listening to my story. I appreciate you being here. In the next video, we'll go over everything we'll teach you in this entire course. So stay tuned, watch the video in full so you know exactly what you're going to learn. Thanks so much for watching and ciao.